Alright, yo, we gotta stop this foolishness, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I just want to bring this point out. Something probably nobody's paying attention to. Yeah, look, GIP to the homie, you know what I'm saying, PNB Rock. It was a sad situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry that he lost his life in the whole nine. But hey, let's get it off of just him. Let's look at reality, right? In history, there's always been something that we don't talk about and we kind of keep skipping over. You know what I'm saying? But in history, this is a definition word that's in dictionaries that we need to pay attention to. History, okay? In history, murder, criminal activities, death has always been about. It's not new. It's not unheard of. It's not something that we don't know about. Yeah, we don't appreciate when it happens to people that we love. We don't appreciate it to the people that we care about and people that we develop relationships, whether we know them or not, over time. But in history, murder is not uncommon. If you're a religious person and you believe in Bible or like Quran or whatever your religion that you believe in, it's always spoke about these things, murder and things of that nature. But there's other religions that people don't believe in or respect, that talk about the death aspect and the life aspect. So what we tend to miss out on is this is a part of what humanity is. You know what I'm saying? Some cultures praise on talking about the dead and, dwelling in the dead and, people doing evil things. And, after a while, you got to understand good and evil is supposed to be here. You're supposed to respect them both. So I say all that to say, we got to stop with this, we got to do better and all that. No, this is what humanity is. You know what I'm saying? This is what it's always been. This is what it's going to be. And outside of whatever religion you believe in and that morality that you think, oh my God, hopefully, Jesus, whatever. No, listen, have your belief. I'm not mad at it. Do what you want to do to make you feel better. But reality states that's a part of humanity. That's a part of what human beings are. Granted, we could do better. We could. Anybody could do better. But to say that we can do better when it's always been a part of who you are, now it comes a point in time where you have to embrace what it is. Because it's not uncommon. It's not something that didn't just happen. It's not something that's brand new and we don't understand how it got here. During slavery, black people turned on each other for their own good or their own reason of living. I don't agree with it. I'm not a personally part of that part of morals that people have, aka in the so-called criminal world, people talk about snitching. Now, I got a whole long, drawn-out story about snitching that, I can make a perspective out of, but let's just keep it simple. The snitching aspect, just like how this murder just happened, comes from two thought processes. You know what I'm saying? One, we don't mess with the law because at the end of the day, the law was never placed for anybody. It was placed for its own doing and own benefit. Because in the same breath, we're talking about murder now, right? Let's bring up murder. The law allows certain people to murder people unjustly, but we let that slide and we go, oh, well, if they never did nothing wrong, right? Now, mind you, somebody made a good ass point. Like PNB, he did his thing, you know what I'm saying? He got rich, he got famous. He shouldn't have to worry or not whether somebody gonna try to rob him for his jewels. But duality, you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand duality. And to speak about duality, you do gotta understand that somebody might be jealous of you. That's just a part of life now. And when I say now, it's always has been. You know what I mean? In the Bible, some people call it the 7 deadly sins. Jealousy is one of the sins. You know what I'm saying? Envy is another one. So if these things always been spoken about, these things always been known, what makes you think that something like that would never happen? You know what I'm saying? Just because some people get lucky, get wealth fast, get to higher places, that don't mean they don't got to worry about the intangible, the unknowns, that something negative could happen. But this, we got to do better shit, it's annoying because we're not going to do better. Just because this is like Christianity, you know what I'm saying? There's a church almost on every block, every city, every state, every fucking country. But we have some of the worst criminal activities. And that goes for Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. Everybody has a religion that they believe in. Everybody starts off with a core of some type of morality training that you have when you were young. But somehow, some way, we always end up doing the things that we claim our religion says is bad for us, and we're going to go to hell for it one day. Or we're going to be punished for it one day. Or we're going to be judged, we're going to be judged, horribly for our actions and things of that nature. So long story short, it becomes sad after a while when we don't realize, okay, this is what it is, then we should do better. But in the same breath, this is what it is. This is what it is. It's always been. It might not change. Things of that nature. We speak on this all the time. It's supposed to happen this way. But I personally would like to say we need to go back to a way of old times where you was allowed to protect yourself. I think we became too intelligent to the point that we argue stuff with social arguments instead of doing what the physical used to be. Animal kingdom type shit. I know it would produce more chaos, but after a while, we've become so civilized that we think we're uncivilized. It's crazy. How much more refinement do you think we're going to have? Some of these criminals, people don't understand, in our DNA, there is some reptile DNA. That means you're acceptable of doing something such of a heinous crime that what we call like snakes or birds that do vicious things, and dogs, yeah, they're mammals, they might not do these vicious things, and then they still have their own attributes of evil or bad things that we like to call, just to give out simple words to not go over nobody's head with vocabulary and things of that nature. Long story short, stop thinking this is not a part of what you are. It might not be a part of what you are morally, but deep down inside, you have the capability of doing such. But that's the thing. We try to hide this nakedness. We wear clothes to avoid our nakedness now, to avoid shame. We try to adjust our speech because we don't want to seem ignorant. What if that's a big part of what you are and we don't embrace it enough? Somebody stole or tried to rob a man because they didn't have. Well, what if it used to be the weaker animal gets preyed upon, period? These things have to be kept in perspective. I think we're forgetting we're animals as well. I think we're so intelligent now that we forget that we might be dumb too. So, I don't want to die like that. But I know this much, it could happen. I don't want to have to worry about my life in the sense of somebody harming me unjustly and I can't do nothing about it. But reality states it could happen. I'm not going to sit here begging, pleading, and not be realistic to oneself. That's where we lost ourselves right there. Hoping and praying for something that, we forgot that we're a part of. We're a part of that. So I think all this, poor this person, poor that person, we gotta cut that shit out, man. It's who we are. It's always who we've been. It's crazy. You can go to any country in this world and you're gonna find something about crime in it. You can't escape it. It's a part of what everybody is. And there's no such thing as a utopia. There's no such thing. It's never has been. It's always spoke about. It's been implanted in people's head. But I promise you, even if you got there, you wouldn't like it or respect it. It's very simple. We should all want to do better. But for some strange reason, we don't. Nobody wants to be the bad guy. Nobody wants to be the liar. Nobody wants to be the thief. But somehow, people who try to avoid these things every day, they end up there. So, this only inspired me because I'm laughing. mad people talking is, oh, we gotta do it better. I can't, but what about the person who isn't famous and got robbed like that? What about the person who wasn't doing nothing wrong and just got hit up? What about them? You know what I mean? Respect to the homie, you know, like, it's fucked up, but it's the game. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by the game is like the thing that we call life. It's a part of life. It's a part of what we do every day, unfortunately. It's a part of what humanity is, unfortunately. People forget this country that we live in. Well, I live in America. I don't know what country you live in. And let's talk about those countries too sooner or later in the future, because they probably ain't perfect either, and they whitewashed your history, or wiped out your history to not know that, yeah, that land didn't get obtained without some bloodshed. All right, but yeah, I live in America, where the people who came to this country, you know what I'm saying, they left England because there was too many rules and regulations, right? And they was bothered by the killing that was going on over there, that they couldn't do nothing because they so-called monarchy took advantage of them and said they can't do this and they can't do that. So they went to America to have their own rights and freedom. And then over the time, you know, they used to protect themselves. People used to kill each other for less reasons before it became what we call this civilized thing of America. People used to kill each other for petty things, and it wasn't argued. Murder was like, yeah, it wasn't appreciated, but murder used to get away with more than a little bit. You know what I mean? There's so much murder that happens, like that had happened, in prior history, that never got addressed, that never was respected, and now we complain about small murders where it's like for a fake morale reason, or principal murder as they call it, where you kill somebody because you was hungry and you wanted this and that, or you kill somebody because you wanted what they had. Doesn't make it right, but you had a principle on why you did it. Long story short, yeah, like, stop pretending what we're not. This is a part of humanity now. Like, it's not now, always been. People gotta stop this shit, yo. Stop pretending like it ain't who y'all are. So yeah, like I said in the beginning, history-wise, white people came here because they got sick and tired of other white people telling them what to do. So they came to this country to get away from their rules. Then the motherfuckers followed the motherfuckers over here to try to make them follow the rules. And they said, nah, fuck your rules. You get what I'm saying? They had a form of freedom for a long period of time until somebody got the wise idea, oh yeah, let's follow the rules of the place that we left from. You know what I mean? Like, what's that place? Australia. Australia was the place where they put all the criminal people who did the most heinous crimes. They put them there, and then somewhat half criminal people went to America, right? But Australia was supposed to be a prison. Now they don't even allow people who do crimes in Australia. And then it's even more funny because, like, they the most worst criminals there. It's just, you know what I mean, they let shit slide because at the end of the day, they run their own country, but they the ones doing the crimes. But here in America, we give you a false sense of freedom now, where it used to be free. It used to be you control your life. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, that man lived in L.A., one of the most democratic states ever. Used to be super Republican and used to get away with mad shit. Now, one of the most democratic states in this world, you know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to have guns in California. He's a felon. He moved to this state. Don't got no fire on him, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Which I think is dumb. I personally believe if you ain't kill a man for an unjust reason, or you ain't touch no child, or, you know what I mean, you ain't just bodily harm somebody because you was bored, you should be able to have your gun on you. That's how it used to be. That's what the Constitution stated. Then they made up some bullshit ass law where felons can't have guns. Malcolm X went to jail for 10 years. 10 years, got out of prison, and was still able to have his gun. He was considered what people call a felon, a criminal. You know what I'm saying? He was still able to have his gun. It was right after his death. That's when they changed the law that motherfuckers can't have their gun. Back to what I was saying, though. This man died because he can't have his fire on him. He can't protect himself. But he thought he went to a state where he could feel safe. Nah, man, people need to have their ability to protect themselves at all angles, all avenues, all aspects. So yeah, it's just getting sickening where people complaining about, oh, we gotta do better, but really and truly, you ain't gonna do better. And if you was, find a group of people that's like you, move in an area and create Utopia Town. And I bet 10 you'll see how fucked up it get over the time. You know what I mean? We only got one life to live. And shit, I don't mind that if you want to kick and scratch going, you know what I mean? But I think we should all be able to have the option to. I think we got to stop this bullshit like we're just these saints. We're able to be good people. Nah, there's some bad people. It's more than you think there's not. A lot of people do fucked up shit and we don't acknowledge it, I say. So yeah, keep it short, man. Everybody need to understand. You got some bad in you somewhere too. And if you act on it, everybody else should have the option to be able to react against you. These laws nowadays is bullshit, man. Always been bullshit. And somewhere down the line, we got to stop talking about it and get to it. You know what I mean? Get to it where you can protect yourself at all costs. And if you feel like people are that bad, if you feel like people are that fucked up that they willing to do some heinous shit again, people need to be able to respond to that. It shouldn't just be one-sided, yo. It's really one-sided out here. Like, they took away the fact that human beings is going to do whatever it is for self-preservation, aka protect yourself. So at all times, remember too, protect yourself.